Hello, welcome to The Law, the show about the Nigerian legal system and how it operates. My name is Obinna Inogbo. Today I have a guest who's the Managing Partner of Chancery, Strand Lyon Associates. He started off his career in agriculture in a management position, but he started his legal career at the prestigious Chief Ladi Rotimi Williams Chambers. After that, he worked in several law firms before starting up Chancery, Strand Lyon in 2013. His name is Charles Adeyemi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So we know that to become a senior advocate of Nigeria, the MBA has requirements, part of which is the MBA will come to your office to inspect your office to see how many lawyers you employ. It's no secret that COVID affected employment everywhere. Of course, some law firms even laid off some lawyers. So what does this mean going forward for the SAN requirements in order to make somebody a SAN if they don't have X amount of lawyers working for them?
Okay. Actually, the rules actually states that you should employ a number of lawyers to be made a SAN. But obviously, if you're going to be made a senior advocate of Nigeria, the profession would want to make sure that you are doing the right thing, you are employing people, you are handling the right kind of cases, and you are presenting yourself in the proper ways that you are supposed to. However, the amount of lawyers that you do that work for you is not even a requirement. It's just they just want to see that you have a law firm, actually. About lawyers getting laid off, I know last year was hard for a lot of people because of COVID, but it all boils down to personal choices, really, and personal experiences. In our firm, we actually employed more people, during COVID, because we found out that we had unique kind of claims. We had insurance claims, so we had to employ lawyers who were experienced in insurance kind of claims. Although I did hear of other law firms who cut down their staff, it's personal business decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, but it shouldn't affect anybody applying to be a senior advocate of Nigeria, really.
Okay. So staying with COVID, the lines have been blurred when it comes to permanent staff and contract staff. People are working from home. Now some firms, not just law firms, just firms in general, people are coming in a few days a week or not even coming in at all, to the extent now that permanent staff are kind of now like contract staff. So what are the implications of employment law regarding this going forward? Because, contract staff, they don't have a lot of privileges like medical and annual leave. So how does this affect the employment law going forward?
It affects employment law because now people are smarter. If you had a contract job and you didn't understand the disadvantages of having such a job, now you do understand them, because when COVID came in, people who had contract jobs didn't really get paid, they felt it the most. But then again, in Nigeria, when you do have a contract job, most of the time you do get paid a lot more, so there is your employer has actually thought of that, in offering you that position and putting you on a contract basis. The employer has thought of that because the employer has given you a lot more money than they would pay a regular member of staff to make sure that you can cater for those things, like you can cater for your annual leave pay, you can cater for your sick pay based on the fact that you are a contract staff. What we see now in our experiences, we have a lot of clients coming to meet us and saying, look, can you prepare specific contracts of employment? We would like to move to permanently contract staff, And then we've seen in cases where people who have employed contract staff in the past are seeing requests from these contract staff saying, look, we want to change our contracts to permanent contracts. We want to be employed permanently. But ultimately, it still boils down to decisions in the corporate world. Ultimately, businesses will do what works for them. If they feel like they can get the work done with contract staff, then they will go for contract staff. But has employment law been pushed to the forefront because of what has happened in Nigeria with COVID-19 and everything? Yes, it has. Employment law is more popular. Employment court is more busy, so yeah.
Okay. Obviously, law firms hire lawyers. That much is obvious. In the last year, we've seen law firms hire business development managers. Traditionally, that's not been the case. Law firms only hire lawyers. but now they're hiring non-lawyers for different business needs. This looks like it's going to be a trend going forward. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's good, brilliant, because ultimately running a law firm is running a business. It is still a business. You do have to make money. If you don't make money, obviously you can't keep it running. You have to pay people. You have to do things. So yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant that some law firms would go out and hire business development experts, to actually look at the whole landscape and see where can we find new business for law firms. It is a good idea. I'm not sure if it absolutely works, because another thing is the profession it's a very unique profession in the sense that we don't exactly present ourselves as businessmen, and there are a lot of things that we can't do as lawyers. For example, we can't advertise and things like that. So a level of care has to be put towards it. You can't just say, oh, we're going to employ people who know how to do different things, and that means they can work in a law firm. We have to be careful of who we employ. But yeah, a law firm going out to employ someone for business development is a good idea. A law firm going out to employ PR experts is a good idea as well. So yeah, it is a brilliant development.
Okay. So there's been a landmark ruling by the Justice Stephen Pam in favor of Rivers State government. He said, Rivers State government can collect VAT and not the federal government, not FIRS. So other states have come up, particularly Lagos State, and said, oh, we want our VAT here as well. So now there's a tussle between the federal and the states when it comes to VAT. What are the implications of this judgment going forward for all the other states in Nigeria?
There are many implications. First implication is that Lagos State wants their VAT too. Now, I would want my VAT too, if there was a ruling from the Federal High Court. But the good thing is this case has only been heard at first instance, which means it's been heard at the Federal High Court. It's still going to have to go on appeal because I don't imagine the FIRS is just going to leave it. It will go on appeal. I believe the Court of Appeal would set things straight. If they don't set the things straight, it would go to the Supreme Court. The court ruling is instant, basically. So what I mean by it being instant is that, things have to happen immediately. Once the ruling has been made, another has been made. Things have to happen immediately. I can understand the Honorable Justice Palm's ruling, but this is what will happen.
Okay.
Lagos states will stand up, other states will stand up and say, yeah, we too want to collect VAT, because at the end of the day, the court has already ruled that a state can collect VAT. However, I don't expect that this matter ends the way it ends. I expect that the FIRS would appeal because it's quite an important issue. Now, that's one part. The second part of this is, do I think it was right? It's clear, the Constitution makes it clear that when there's conflict between a federal law and a state law, the federal law would supersede. The National Assembly has the power to legislate. The VAT Act was promulgated by the National Assembly. So therefore, the National Assembly can create a law saying VAT should be paid to the FIRS, which they have done. So really, I believe it should be the FIRS, I believe the FIRS should be in charge of collecting VAT. But yeah, things will change, but I imagine that the matter will be appealed upon, and either the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court would, rule upon it.
Thanks so much for being a guest on our show today. You've been a great guest. So that's it on the law today. That was our guest, Mr. Charles Adeyemi, Managing Partner of Chancery, Strand Lyon Associates. My name is Obinna, your presenter. Until next week, have a good one.